Hey, Mike here. So you know I love testing chargers and batteries, and I also have a lot of things to charge. Being a photographer and a YouTuber, I have a lot of different cameras and systems and batteries to charge. Even though I'm primarily shooting with Sony camera systems, sometimes I do shoot with Canon gear. Even right now on my slider right now, it uses Canon LPE 6 and 8 batteries. So oftentimes I got to travel with a bunch of different chargers. Now, XTAR reached out to me because they are going to launch this soon on Kickstarter. This is the SN4. This is a real product. I do believe this is not a prototype, and it's so new that there's no user guide or manual for this yet. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at this anyway and show you some of the information that I'm able to find about the SN4 before it's getting released. So it's claimed to be the fastest multi-camera battery charger. Those are some big claims for a relatively new company that's going to get some crowdfunding, hopefully, to bring this to life to everybody available. The introduction here says that the SN4 is a smart charger for camera batteries with LCD screen compatible with many camera batteries by simply swapping out the battery charger plates. It can accommodate up to 4 batteries at one time and has a Type-C input that supports PD3 and QC3 fast charging with a max input power reaches 45 watts. All right. So the optional charging currents are 1 at 3 amps, 15 volts at 3 amps, 2 at 2 amps, and 4 at 1 amps apiece. So that means if you're charging one item, constant current, you could probably charge at up to 3 amps. And if you're charging using all 4 slots, you'll charge at 1 amp each. That could be the case, all right? But basically, the maximum you can get out of this is 45 watts. So this is something that you usually have to spend a lot of money for. And there are different systems out there with supposedly various different battery sizes and battery charging plates, none of which that I've found to be really affordable. Granted, I don't know exactly what the price is of this unit right now, but I do imagine that that's one of those places where this is going to be highly competitive, all right, particularly for a brand that you haven't heard of before. But you know what? All these chargers are all manufactured and built in China anyway. So are you really getting something that different? I'm not so sure. All right, so if you can see right here, they sent me some extra battery plates, even for batteries that I don't have right now. So some very popular ones for us videographers and cinematographers, or even old school photo battery packs, all use the Sony NPF system. So this one has what appears to be already pre-installed here. Now this case is really tight, so let me go ahead and get this out here. I think my finger's a little bit too big for this. Meaty fingers. All right, XTAR. As you can see, it lets you know whether or not it is charging at 2 amps or 3 amps. That is pretty fast. And this is the NPF 550, 570, 750, 770, 970. Basically all the major sizes that are often used by different, for instance, I use these on a lot of camera lights, for instance. And so here, you can see that you have the USB-C input here. And of course, this is going to take in USB PD power delivery. All right. So you can use your MacBook charger on here, your 45 watt MacBook charger, but ideally use a third party one. Let's see if it's included. This one is the one that's included, so you're actually all set to go. This actually supports all the different charging rates on here, and this is going to be enough also to charge your MacBook Air, the new current generation anyway. So this already supports everything. They already include this in there for you. Sometimes I look at this and I remember that the retail value of this is maybe $30, all right? So having this already included, you're already good to go, and there's a perfect slot for it right there. You also get the USB-C PD cable that is fully compatible, of course, with this unit. And then that goes in right over here. Of course, you can use any USB-C cable that is PD3 capable. And then finally here, I see the quick release slot right here. So you can quick release here, and look at that. See that? Looks like it's a modular side plate here for you to go ahead and attach the additional pieces. So this is pretty unique. It looks like it uses something similar to a pogo type style plug. See that right there? I just slide that right in. And now with this kit the way it is, I can go ahead and charge 4 batteries, NPF batteries over here, and the Nikon EL15 batteries here. So that slides in and out. Basically, look at this. This is completely interchangeable on both sides. You got this main modular control unit here. You got the pogo plugs right over here for each side, and you can choose what it is that you want to go ahead and charge. So I do have a few other plates in here. I'll go and show you what I might be using. Of course, I use the Sony FZ batteries, and I do believe that plate is in here because why would you release something? Okay, so this is the LP-E6 and the 6N and basically 8 series. So I'll go ahead and stick those in there because the pack is so large. You have it on both sides. All right. Next thing I'll use is the FZ100, and that'll go ahead and plug in right here too. Okay, so there, 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries, up to 4 batteries at a time. Obviously, you don't have to charge all 4 batteries at a time. If you just want to charge 2 at a time, that's also fine too. And this is the new LPE8 camera battery plate, also very popular, particularly for all the newer Canon camera systems here. And then obviously, because this is all modular, this is the LPE17. This will be used primarily for the smaller Canon mirrorless, and potentially also my Canon T4 series or T5, T6, T7. I don't know how many Ts there are. This will also charge those 2 at a time. And then finally, this plate. These are only the plates that are available right now during launch. Of course, I'll have details below about what other additional ones are available too. So this is the FW50 series that a lot of people still use because you got the older cameras. And you know, these things go through the battery life like crazy, the Sony ones that use the NPF W50s. So the great thing about this whole system, of course, is the modularity of this. And they will just release, you could just buy these pieces on here as you switch cameras. So you can get a different plate, stick it on here. Now, one thing to note is that because this is unique to this system, you are not going to be able to go ahead and get new plates from someone else at this time. All right. Maybe after a while, they'll have more plates available. Right now, this is the case. You will not be able to get other plates unless they create them or until this becomes more widely used, which is going to be something that you got to consider. So these are all the plates that are available right now. And I'll just show you how quickly I can go ahead and configure this right now. All right. So out the door, you got these plates maybe you don't use, so you remove them, just slide them off like this. So here I have an LPE6 series and an FZ100 series. All right, so I got the FZ100. I'm gonna find the FZ100. Here it is. I'm gonna slide this right in here. FZ100, bam, done. Okay, now it's letting me know what charge we're at right now. This is going. This is flashing pretty quickly. You can see that. So it's getting close. It's basically topping off right now. All right, now I'm going to add on an LPE6, and I'm going to go ahead and get one of my Canon copies, the LPE6 battery. And I think I can also do this live because this is supposedly pretty smart. Be able to figure that out. I'd be a little bit disappointed if it couldn't figure out when I do a hot swap like that. So I'm going to slide this in here. There you go. So it's also kind of topping off. So it checks the voltage. It's got all those other safety features. I don't believe it has an active fan because it doesn't need it. Okay, so I can charge one on this side. I'm going to stick my other one. This is a clone. Charge it on the other side. As you can see, the clone is running a little low. So it's going from all the way down to what appears to be 25% or less and charging at full. And that's it. There you go. That is what is offered here. Modularity. You got the plates that you need or want. You can get the whole shebang, but if you're not gonna use, for instance, most Canon shooters typically don't shoot Nikon stuff, right? But sometimes you get a system that uses the Nikon batteries, the EN-EL 15s. So now you have the flexibility of having all these plates and a charger in a nice case that appears to be included in this kit and the system here, so that you can go ahead and stick in your AC adapter that's used for charging. All right, you got your main charging module with one attached thing on the side. If you want to expand charging 4 at a time, you also have these 2 other expansion slots here, and then actually all of these fit into the case up here, so there's actually more storage room up top for you to work with. In this nice little, looks like a crush resistant case that also has a handle up here and decent enough zippers, it seems, to go ahead. But you know what, if you don't want to use the case, if you think it's a little bit too bulky, obviously you could just travel with the pieces that you need and slide in, and it goes in lengthwise, so you can even use another third-party organizer system set. And I recommend that you check out the one that I did another video here. So then this will probably slide in just fine over here. Remember this guy? This is the side-by-side. And I could just take this whole thing, take it out. Actually, I have another USB-C charger plugged in here. I can just take these out, slide these out, pop this out, take this, stick this right in here lengthwise, right? And it still has actually space for another charger plug right here, and then space for the cables in here. So it looks like it's a good enough size. You can break it down to be even smaller to go. Just make sure that you at least bring in the main module, and then the other charging piece that you want to travel with. So I think this is going to be part of my everyday travel gear, but I'm going to have to bring in another piece because I do charge BX1 system batteries for my RX 100 series, my RX1 R series cameras, and then that's just what it's going to be. I'm just going to have to travel until I get a plate that works with this. So I'll reach out to them. I'll see about getting that plate. Now I'm just going to show you about putting this all back in together, and say when you're traveling, you're going to use the travel case. So what I'll do is I'll configure this the way that I'll probably use it. So most likely, I'm going to be traveling with the FZ100 series for my Alpha 7 Mark III. Okay, and let's see, am I going to do the LP? Yeah, well, I'll do the LPE6. LPE6 will not fit in here, so I'll fit it right here. LPE6 series over there, and then the MPF 550. I'll probably use this too. So what I'll do is I'll remove this, attach this guy, okay, and then put the end cap on here. The end cap is just a little protection for the pogo things that stick out here. So as long as I get this in correctly. This will only go in one direction once you get it correct. All right, so like originally packaged, MPF 550 series for my mini studio lights, all right? My FZ100 series, and the FZ100 series here. My Canon one here. It looks like there's actually a little bit of adjustment that you can do here to fit this better or tighter if you want, or less tight. So LPE6 series, and then finally the MPF W50 series for my Alpha 6500. And since I don't use the E17 when I'm traveling around, I could actually just leave these at home. But I could put in my AC adapter here. So then I'll do this, and I'll stick my AC adapter right over here, and I appreciate that the AC adapter plugs just slide on in, and this is the ideal situation here, so you don't have to worry about getting whether or not you're getting the right one. Now I find it interesting that this is white and the rest of these things are black. It'd be nice if these were all color matched, but right now it's just the way it is, and the AC adapter definitely will stand out. I can just stick that in there. And if I need to bring in those extra batteries, I suppose I can just go and stick them right in here. And that's not going to be a problem. So I'll just stick in the batteries right over here. All right, now if you're interested in this product, I believe it's going to be on Kickstarter soon. So I have links down below for that. If you have any other questions, feel free to comment down below, or probably just comment back on the Kickstarter page, because they're going to be right on there answering all your questions for you. And yeah, this is going to be part of my carry kit with my cameras now. All right, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.